guys, and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are new here. I'm so sorry for my lack of uploads. If you don't follow me on social media, you won't know what I've been up to, but basically I have been away twice recently, and I'm also currently interning at Vogue, which is very exciting, but it means that I am basically working a 9-to-5 job every day, and I know that people do that and still upload. Creds to them, because I kind of didn't anticipate how tired I would be at the end of the day for filming and editing. Now I know, like, I've done my first week basically, so I can definitely get back into it properly, but I wanted to apologise because I have been slacking and I don't mean to. Hello to all of you who are new here. Oh my god, we hit 18,000 subscribers, so hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a video that basically I get comments about nearly every day. I get at least a DM or a comment about every day, which is, what can you do to prepare in the summer before going into certain years? I've decided to make this into a couple of videos rather than one. I think it would be way too long and rambling. Today we're going to do what to do in the summer before sixth form. Then I feel like we might do one before year 13, and then I think we might do one before uni, maybe not in that order, but I will make sure that they are in my school/advice playlist. If you haven't checked that out, I will put it up in a card. All my videos are there that are related to school and advice. And basically I thought that what this video could be is a compilation basically of all the advice I've given in those comments, in those DMs, in like other videos where I've mentioned it, but I kind of want to have it like pulled together in one place, so you can come here and be like, right, what do I need to do? This is what New thinks I should be doing. If you haven't already given this a thumbs up, please do so, and subscribe if you haven't, if you're excited about the other videos in this series, and I think we should get on with it. Like I said, we're going to be doing the transition between year 11 and sixth form/college/year 12/ all of that good stuff. So I have noted myself up, but this isn't necessarily like a sixth form advice video or like how to be confident going into sixth form or anything like that. I have got those types of videos, and I definitely plan to do more of that kind of video this summer, but this specific one is like a to-do list. If you were going to make a to-do list of things to do in the summer before you go into sixth form or college or whatever, you would use this video to do it. Okay, we're going to dive right into it with the thing that I think is best suited at this time. It's not necessarily the most important thing to do, but I would say that if you were going to do this any time in these years, now is the time to do it, and that is get some work experience. So the summer that you get between year 11 and year 12 is really long. For most people, at least, it is a lot longer than you have been experiencing in the past. I think like 2, maybe even 3 weeks longer. Mine was 2. So what I did was I got some work experience in those 2 weeks. By no means does this work, I'm really wavy today, by no means does this work experience need to be in any way relevant to what you want to do, because you probably don't really know what you want to do. I get questions, again, so often, multiple times a week, being like, what work experience did you get? I don't know what to put on my personal statement for biochem, help kind of thing. So I know there are like lab work experiences you can do for biochem, and that's stuff like the Nuffield ones that a lot of my friends did, which are great, and I would highly recommend doing that. Also gives you a taste of whether you like it or not, but I actually didn't do anything related. I did a like normal sort of office-y, it was a small company. Getting that experience not only is good for you to have experience and to like do something productive in your summer, but you can put it into your personal statement and say what skills you gained from it. Some experience, whether that be working in a cafe or going and working in a hospital, like it really doesn't matter a lot, and please don't stress and think that you have to do something linked. Obviously it's good because you can work out whether you actually like it or not, but any experience is a good experience. Naturally, that kind of ties into making some money, so I personally did get paid for that job. If you don't get paid, that's fine because it's still experience, but it's a good time to make some money for sixth form. I don't think I would have taken like a full job, like a Saturday job, when I was in sixth form. I think I would have found that too much. So I personally would recommend trying to make some money over the summer. Sorry if the angle changed, I had to delete stuff from my memory card. Right, where were we? Moving on to some academic stuff you can do to help yourself out. Now, a story, kind of. Basically, when I was going from year 11 to year 12, I got given these AQA books. If I can find them, I will link them. And they are basically like the bridge to A S books. It was basically a book that put all of the new terms and the new concepts that we were going to be like using in A-level that they basically lied to us, haha, that old thing, about at GCSE in a book. So like the whole electron shell thing was in there, so that you basically had like an understanding of the basics of your subject before you went and did it. I personally had a test when I got back. It wasn't like a do or die test, but I think you just had to get over like a certain percentage, and they were like, yeah, cool, you're good enough to do the A-level, but you had to basically like revise a little bit in the summer, which was really useful because it made me like appreciate the new concepts. I would highly recommend somehow sourcing something like that, even if it's just like someone you know who's older than you, who has their like basic AS notes that you can look over or something. I understand that is more difficult for subjects like English. I feel like there are some like new words and like ways to describe poetry and literature and stuff, so if you can somehow get your hands on those words and the definitions and like the concepts of them and have a read just before you get to it, it's going to make everything so much easier. The other thing that we were recommended to do was to read at least 2 books from each subject. So the good thing about that is you can basically find your niche, so like an area that you specifically like from reading these books. So if you're reading away a biology book about the brain because you just randomly picked it up and you decide you love it, you might realise that you particularly want to do neuroscience because you've read your book and that's the bit that interests you most. So it's a good way of finding out what you might potentially want to go and do with your subjects in the future. And the other thing similar to that is to do some online courses. I get a lot of questions about this as well. I did mine on a site called Future Learn. They are free if you like complete them quick enough, kind of thing, but if you want them for a limited time you do have to pay for them, which wasn't the case when I did it, but you can still go on the site and for free like do some or all of a course. Again, might help you just like narrow down what you want to do. So I did a forensics course on there and I was like, this isn't for me, it's not really sciencey enough. And then I did a biochem course, and there were elements of that, so like the plant related stuff, so there was this like phytomining section, and I was like, that's super interesting, I really like that, which has now led me, well, it led me to pick biochem in the first place, and now it's led me to pick a plant physiology biochemistry module next year. So like just doing that course helped me realise what I enjoyed in my subject, pick the uni for it, and it's still influencing my choices now. So not only does that look good on your personal statement and it's the perfect time to do them, but also excellent for helping you make decisions. Now this one I'm like caution warning, because I don't think it's healthy to do this too much, but if you want to, have a little look at unis, if you're interested in uni that is. If you're not interested in uni, look at whatever it is else, but my experience was with uni, so I will talk about that. Let's say you're interested in uni and you want to kind of explore your options a little bit more, what you can do, what you can't do, where you might want to do it. You want to explore your options a little bit more. I don't think there's any real harm in doing that before you go into year 12. So you don't really actually know what you want to do until you've started your A-levels, which is why I caution warned this, because actually you don't need to be looking at this point, but the earlier you start having like a bit of an understanding about how the uni thing and the UCAS thing works, the easier it will be when you get to it. And the final tip I have is to just generally try and prepare yourself. If you're suddenly going from uniform to non-uniform, think about like some clothes that you like, get together your clothes and stuff, get together your stationery, get together like things that you need in advance, because it can be a little bit daunting going from year 11 to year 12 and you want to kind of reduce that as much as you can. It will just make you feel so much better in general to know that everything's sorted, so the more you can do in the summer, the less you have to do the 3 days before you go back. And then also have fun, because just have fun. It's summer. Like, it shouldn't be like a I'm preparing for sixth form summer. It should just be an element of what you're doing this summer is I need to get ready for sixth form. But you need to have a fun summer because you've just been doing so many exams. GCSE exams go on for so long and you've worked so hard on them, and like, just chill out. and have a nice time because you absolutely deserve it. Thank you so much for watching this. I really hope it helped you out, and please let me know any questions you have about any of that. Be ready for the next videos, so the ones going into like different years, and yeah, give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon in my next video.